Thank you, a very good evening. It's a really nice night here at Lansdowne Road for this historic match for Shelbourne and indeed for Irish football. Owen Heary and Mauro Silva, the two skippers there with the Czech referee. Toss of the coin, these historic moments, and this is the Shelbourne team. They go with the same 11 which performed so well at Tulka Park last week. Glenn Fitzpatrick didn't train until yesterday, but he's fine to play. Alan Moore was singled out by Javier Iurreta as one of the main dangers in the Shelbourne team. Deportivo have 10 of the side, which beat AC Milan 4-0 in the second leg of the quarter-final last season. The only change is Cesar in at centre-back for Nebet, who's reportedly on his way to Spurs. Tristan and Fran are not available, but they wouldn't have started anyway. Now there's the referee from the Czech Republic. Michael Benes has refereed in the Champions League proper matches involving Barcelona, Ajax and the current holders, FC Porto. Just about ready to go. Paul Doolan is here, the manager of Drogheda United. Drogheda, the league leaders on the last side to beat Shelbourne. Paul, what do you think about Shels and Deportivo tonight?
Well, Darren, it's a marvellous occasion. You know, I think, to be fair, it's going to be tough for Shels. They've done absolutely brilliant. You know, you think about third round of the Champions League, to have the likes of, as you just said, there's Owen Heary and Mauro Silva and all the top players. It's a marvellous occasion, and hopefully that they do go on and get some sort of result in it.
Well, the ground is still filling up. It's very close to its 24,000 capacity. It's Deportivo, the Spanish giants, who will get us underway. Limerick United were the last League of Ireland side in 1980 to play in a European tie here at Lansdowne Road. That day, their opponents were Spanish. They were Real Madrid. They lost by 2-1. And the crowd already a lot bigger than it was that night. Only 8,000 came out to see Limerick United and Real Madrid. A Deportivo get us underway. Playing from right to left. The pitch, you'll notice the two tram lines there, much narrower than we're used to here at Lansdowne Road. The pitch, as you heard Pat Fenlon say, the same width as at Tulka Park. First touch of the night for Dave Rogers, who scored that wonder goal against Hajduk Split. Glenn Fitzpatrick beaten in the air. Wes Houlihan. Sergio coming across to him. Now that's a free kick to Depor. Foul by David Crawley.
But I think straight away there you can see that Deportivo, they played a three at the back, and Mauro Silva sits there in front of the back four, or the back three, so...
That's Valeron pushing on.
It is going to be difficult for Shels. You know, you've got Glenn Fitzpatrick up there on his own. It's important that some of the players get up when the ball goes up to him.
Valeron, Manuel Pablo. Left by Owen Heary. You could hear the shout from Steve Williams to let it go. Five years at Shelbourne for Steve Williams. This, the biggest night of his career, the biggest night in Shelbourne's history. Mauro Silva, Pandiani, the Argentinian. Mauro Silva again, but he's lost possession to Ollie Cahill. Options for him left and right. Houlihan's over here, also Jason Byrne, but Houlihan has it. Two in the centre, Alan Moore wants it. Jason Byrne with the cross, inviting Molina out to it. Cesar able to clear it. And that's a free kick to Depor.
Yeah, as you can see here, Wesley Houlihan picks it up, and it's a good ball knocked in by Jason Byrne. But that's what Shels have got to try and do there, to raise the atmosphere, get the crowd going. I think Wesley Houlihan is a very important player tonight. The last couple of weeks he's been excellent for Shels. He plays in that little hole behind Glenn Fitzpatrick, and he gets on the ball, and I'm telling you, if they don't pick him up, he's a dangerous man.
Well, now what about this for a dangerous situation for Shelbourne? Certainly will suit Alan Moore more than anything. This is what led to it.
You see it coming in from Jason Byrne. The goalkeeper comes out, but the centre half still heads. And to be honest, I didn't know what the free kick was for, to be honest.
Well, Shels won't be complaining. Molina just setting his wall. Alan Moore over it. Jason Byrne is to his left. And Moore not happy with where the wall is. Neither is the Czech referee.
To be fair, Alan Moore's on a hot streak at the moment. And why not have a strike?
Absolutely. Well, he certainly has a lethal left foot. Dave Rogers is in the area as well, with Fitzpatrick and also Jamie Harris. Byrne goes for the cross. It's out for the game's first corner, out of Victor. So Shelbourne putting the pressure on Depor in these early stages. Corner taken quickly. Wes Houlihan. Alan Moore. Mauro Silva in front of him. Silva just got his foot in. Valeron back helping out. Sergio had a super game that night, that famous evening against AC Milan. It's Owen Heary. Shels skipper. Jason Byrne. Too close to Mauro Silva. Romero. Stuart Byrne got in his way. Throw into Depor.
I think Shels have got to be careful. As I said, Mauro Silva, he just sits in front of the back three there and he picks up balls, cuts them out to all centre forwards. Watch him.
This is Mauro Silva. Romero. George Andrade, who had such a fantastic European Championships for Portugal. Cesar, that's an awful clearance, straight to Houlihan. Jason Byrne. Byrne looking to switch it over towards Oli Cahill. Manuel Pablo with the header away. Romero. Run forward from Luque. Still in play for Luque. And Luque does well to get his cross in. Williams getting down to make a decent save. Had to get there just before it hit the ground.
Certainly did, Dara, because Luque has done well here. He's held off, showed a good body strength and whips in a great ball. And to be fair to Steve, he's done well to hold because it was a dangerous ball.
Byrne in possession for Shels. Jamie Harris doing well going round Valeron. Fitzpatrick dispossessed by Andrade. Romero. Oh, well done, Rogers. And he's steaming forward for Shels. Byrne again available. Houlihan to his left, now on the ball. Fitzpatrick ahead of him, pointing to where he wants it. Depor pushing out. Fitzpatrick. Mauro Silva got a foot in. It's come to Byrne. Alan Moore making a good run through. Cahill. Oh, and here's an opportunity for Alan Moore. He stood on the ball. Back to Stuart Byrne. He can smack them. Appeals for handball. Manuel Pablo frantically clears it for Depor.
It's a great passage of play there for Shels, Dara. I mean, to be fair to them, that they've taken the game to deep, and the one player you want on the ball in the box there, Alan Moore, and he just seems to trip over it there. It's great though, fairness to Shels.
You can see Dave Rogers certainly enjoying this evening so far. Haven't had a huge amount of defending to do, Shelbourne. Here's Cahill, blocked by Manuel Pablo. David Crone. Cesar, Houlihan. Jamie Harris. Luque for Deportivo, and Harris back in strongly at him again. Brilliant from Jamie Harris. Glenn Fitzpatrick turns into a wall of blue and white. Here's Houlihan. Through the centre for Alan Moore, and the goalkeeper Molina in trouble. And Alan Moore has been penalised. Moore down injured, Molina the goalkeeper down as well.
To be fair, Dara, as I've said already, Wesley Houlihan, if he sits into that little hole in there behind and picks up all those balls, you can see here, it's a great ball through. Goalkeeper looked like to me was a half afraid to come out, and you know, like Alan Moore, he makes those late runs. You've just said before that there was one into the box there, he's made a late run. He just seems to be one of those players that seems to ghost into positions. Excellent from Shels, to be fair.
Really are giving it a go against Deportivo. They certainly can't afford to do without Alan Moore in this tie. Molina, former Spanish international goalkeeper, he's receiving treatment. He'll be okay. And concerned for Pat Fenlon, the Shels manager.
I think it's a bit harsh though, Dara, to be fair. Again, it's a continental referee. The ball looked like it was there to be won, and I think Alan Moore had all, to be fair, he was right to go for it, but it's like anything, foot up on the continent, free out.
Both players will be fit to continue. Molina gets to stay on, but Alan Moore has to go off and come back in. And the support for Shelbourne from all over the country. A few Derry jerseys, and there's Galway people here and Cork people as well. All the clubs in the Eircom League appear to be represented here tonight. in support of Shelbourne as they bid to qualify for the Champions League proper. Now our Bulmer's man of the match competition. 15-15, 71-71, 81. Ollie Cahill, just Wes Houlihan back there. Dave Rogers. Remind you of that man of the match number in that competition again in a few minutes, but we follow the action with Mauro Silva. Rogers, Houlihan. Crawley, blocked down by Victor.
I think if they're going to play balls into Glenn Fitzpatrick, he's got to make sure he stays there and he holds on to it, Dara.
Fitzpatrick couldn't hang on to it that time. Mauro Silva. Alan Moore now recovered again. Rogers. Fitzpatrick, unfortunate, just slipped as he tried to get to the flight of that. Gift for Cesar. Romero. Oh, Mauro Silva. A little bit rushed into that. Romero. Well, you know, at this side, if they want to hang on to it for the fair portion of the evening, they will.
Yeah, they're well capable of doing that there, and they seem happy enough to do it at the moment, you know. But I still feel if Shels can get it into Wesley Houlihan, already he's caused an awful lot of problems for them.
Rogers. Jamie Harris equally as comfortable up front, but playing at centre-back for Shelbourne and has been doing really well in recent weeks. Stuart Byrne. Fitzpatrick again getting it. Cesar taking it from him. Sergio attacking for La Coruña. Victor. Sergio again. Pandiani, no chance at all to get that. Bit of a waste.
Yeah, well, I still feel again, the ball played up to Glenn. He's got to be that little bit stronger, because if it keeps coming back like that, it's not easy for Shels to get out. You know, he has to try and be stronger on the ball.
Now Bulmer's is offering one lucky winner a chance to win 2 tickets for the upcoming Ireland-Cyprus game. The prize, I should say, includes overnight accommodation in a top Dublin hotel. The number 15-15, 71, 71, 81, and select your choice for the Bulmer's man of the match. If your choice matches that of the panel, you'll be entered into a draw to win that prize. The entries cost €1. Lines will close before the end of the game. David Crawley. Have Houlihan nearby. Ollie Cahill to Alan Moore. Moore finds Fitzpatrick. Very crowded in around Glenn Fitzpatrick. Mauro Silva was in front of him, and it was Andrade who took it from him. Romero. Sergio and Romero. Chance for him to attack Shelbourne. Luque now in possession. 2 wide in the centre. It came off Owen Erie. Depor with the corner.
Yeah, it's good play from Deportivo. They intercepted it at the back there, and they played their way up along the left here.
Luque, lethal left foot, pace on the cross, cleared by Ollie Cahill. And Shelbourne dealing with that very well. Alan Moore, too strong for Fitzpatrick. It was offside anyway.
Yeah, to be fair to Ollie Cahill there, he made a great run. Alan Moore probably just didn't see him. He would have been better off possibly playing it to him.
Rain starting to fall. It's been threatening for most of the evening here at Lansdowne. Pouring down in Ballsbridge in Dublin. Cahill doing really well against Sergio. Be telling his grandkids about that. Here's Fitzpatrick. Into the space, Houlihan attacking it, gets away from Valera. Just 2 up for Shelbourne. Fitzpatrick chasing down, but Cesar able to tidy up, and Molina with an awful clearance. Here's Jason Byrne. Fitzpatrick was checking his run, trying to stay onside, and Byrne unable to find him.
Yeah, they were unlucky there, as I keep saying. That's from holding onto the ball there by Glenn Fitzpatrick and giving it to Wesley Houlihan. I think if anything, he's well capable of threading balls through there.
Fitzpatrick. Rodgers. Couldn't keep it in play, Dave Rodgers.
A little bit skinny now with the rain falling, as you said. It's pouring down, but the pitch is in excellent condition. And you know, I think too, sometimes players like that little bit of rain.
There's plenty of it falling here. It's getting heavier. Manuel Pablo. Depor will be well used to plenty of rain in northern Spain and Galicia. See a lot of it during the course of the year. Fitzpatrick. Victor of Deportivo. Valeron. Now Sergio. Wes Houlihan with him. Sergio still going, but had Luque to his left, Pandiani to his right. Couldn't locate either of them. Let's give it away. Mauro Silva. Luque. Pandiani just couldn't take it into his stride, and Rodgers was on hand. Byrne. Fitzpatrick. Three go around Glenn Fitzpatrick. Mauro Silva wins it back. Sergio. Valeron. Free kick, Depor.
I keep saying that. I hate to keep repeating myself, but you need to hold on to that ball. If Shels are going to keep punting up to Glenn Fitzpatrick, it has to be. That's the system as well. When you've got that one up front, it's very, very difficult. And as I keep saying, Mauro Silva sits in there.
Advantage play by the referee, because Byrne almost had Valeron's shirt off him. Romero will take the throw-in. Valeron, 2 footballs on the pitch. They only need one of them. Romero. Luque. He'll keep Owen Heary busy. And Luque brought down by the Shelbourne captain. He's a really tricky customer. Spanish international, played in Euro 2004, drawing the foul there.
Yeah, he's excellent there. I mean, to be fair, that's twice he's got. He's with me. One good ball, and he looks very, very strong.
Plenty of movement from Depor in the penalty area. Pandiani went after it. Andrade very nearly on the end of it. We saw him in Euro 2004 getting into those positions on set pieces. This was a close call.
Yeah, as you can see, it's bent in towards the goal, and he was at the back post there. I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Walter Pandiani. Just forced attempt, and then he just stretched. But you know, thankfully enough, it's gone wide.
Free header from Mauro Silva. Rodgers. Victor. Manuel Pablo. Too close to Jamie Harris, but just punting it up the field. It's going to come straight back at him. Now this time he's found Fitzpatrick. They can't hold on to it. Valeron playing into La Coruña's hands at the moment, Shelbourne.
I'm not sure, Dara, if he's getting information, but there's times when you lay off and there's times when you hold. He's got to hold the ball, and that's being honest, because I know it's very difficult for him. He's up there on his own. He's up against 2 big men, but he needs to hold that ball, and that's being honest.
Glenn Fitzpatrick, it was his first time in Lansdowne Road yesterday for Shelbourne's training session, would you believe? Only ever watched matches on the television here. Key player for Shelbourne tonight as Luque attacks for Deportivo. Stuart Byrne doing well. Drilled forward by Heary. Romero just chips into Valeron. Sergio. Manuel Pablo. Ollie Cahill closing him down, and Manuel Pablo doing very well. Pandiani trying to get turned. Ollie Cahill forward for Shelbourne. Fitzpatrick. That's gone Deportivo's way, much to the disgust of Glenn Fitzpatrick.
Quite unlucky there. He had a good move, Deportivo, just didn't come off there around the box. Played into Pandiani, was unlucky.
Here come Deportivo again, but They're having some crossing problems in the final third. That time it was Victor who just kicked possession away.
To be fair to them too, Darrell, I think they're paying Shels a bit of respect as well, because they're not committing too many players forward from the middle. The last attack they had on the box, there wasn't too many breaking into the box, to be honest.
Well, he masterminded those successes over Reykjavik and then Hajduk Split. This would be the greatest of the lot for Pat Fenlon if he could pull off a result against last season's beaten semi-finalists. Luque, Romero, Valeron, Mauro Silva. Romero. Valeron. Oh, he just injects the pace and moves away from Byrne, but Byrne coming back at him. Pandiani couldn't find him in the 1-2. Andrade's header down. Alan Moore. Cahill, the obvious choice for him, to his left. Steaming forward. Here is Ollie Cahill. Crawling. Depor playing a high line and they've caught Fitzpatrick in it.
Yeah, I feel there, to be honest, Darrell, that Dave Rodgers would be better off coming out to Jamie Harris with that. They're going to keep playing long. You can see it here. They've pushed up and held a good line and he's run offside. But they're probably better off holding onto the ball, to be fair, rather than just bang it forward.
Manuel Pablo. Pandiani coming deep. Sergio, dispossessed by Alan Moore. Crawley. Rodgers looking for some movement ahead. Wes Houlihan. Fitzpatrick onside. Holding it up well and seeking out Ollie Cahill. Manuel Pablo with the header away.
That's better there, Darrell. If he holds on to try and get Wesley Houlihan on Alan Moore, they might create something.
Cahill, Houlihan, Crawley.
That's better play. You know, you can come out this side and hold on to the ball.
Well, just as you say it.
Would have been better off going back even into Jamie Harris.
Just over the 20-minute mark in the first half, and it remains scoreless. First leg of this Champions League third qualifying round tie. Fitzpatrick, Houlihan, Jason Byrne charging forward. Mauro Silva, the ball just seems to be attracted to him from every angle. Valeron and now Mauro Silva. Luque. Attacking Heary. Byrne is back there. Luque doing well to hang on to it, but a really good challenge from Jamie Harris. Had to make up a lot of ground to get across there and dispossess Luque.
Done very well here because, as you said, this fella gets up and running. He's a dangerous player, and a great tackle from Jamie Harris. Covering in around on Owen Heary.
Romero's throw in. Back from Valeron. Mauro Silva. Sergio. Well, Wes Houlihan trying to take it from him and succeeding. Short pull back clearly by Sergio. Here comes the first yellow card of the game for the Spanish midfielder. Blatant shirt pull on Wes Houlihan. Showing superb determination to get the ball back from Sergio in the first place, but there's confirmation of the card.
Yeah, it was a certain yellow card. He done brilliant, Wesley Houlihan. Great tackle. And then he broke, and to be fair, they might have been better off letting him go because they were on the attack, Shels.
Jamie Harris with the free kick. Byrne and Romero going for it. Houlihan. Luque this time fouling him. And the noise level has just gone up a few gears in the last few minutes. Only a handful of Depor fans here. They were entitled to buy 2,000 tickets or so, an allocation of that, but only took 20 of them, and there appear to be more Spanish press here than supporters. Jason Byrne with the free kick for Shelbourne. Harris on the back post, got up above Andrade just couldn't make contact with it.
Yeah, he was unlucky here, Derek. Good free kick in. He comes in at the back post, but just a little bit too high for him. Big man, Jamie Harris.
Crawley with the throw in. Mauro Silva. Foul by Fitzpatrick.
Well, there you have a veteran against a rookie there, Dara. He's used his experience there, gets his body in between the ball and the man and wins a free kick. Takes the pressure off.
Forward by Manuel Pablo. Pandiani. Sergio. Pandiani. Romero. Luque. Luque checked by Owen Heary.
I think Owen's in for a tough night tonight looking at this customer. You can see it here. He knocks around with blatant body check. There's no need for it because Jason Bourne looks like he was going to get the ball anyway. Dara, you know where it's a free kick in a dangerous area.
You can see Valeron making a move. It's Stuart Byrne, as we expected, who is closest to Valeron, will be for most of the evening. Luque does well to get a cross in. Rogers getting there in front of Pandiani. Such an important clearance for Shelbourne. This is good defending.
Does very well. Another great ball from Luque. And Dave Rogers in a very, although to be fair, it could have spun anywhere looking at that.
Luque's corner. Oh, here it was who was able to clear it. Sergio slipping, and now Hula only has Glenn Fitzpatrick ahead of him. Ollie Cahill is trying to get involved. Has to hold it up for David Crawley. Now Shels with 5 inside the Depor half. Crawley. Rogers electing to go long. The flag has stayed down, but it's too far ahead of Glenn Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, again, there you can see there when Shels are on possession of the ball at the back, it looks like they wanted to force it long because they hold the high line and they've cut him offside again. He has to be careful of it.
Sergio. Manuel Pablo. Taken off him by Ollie Cahill. And now Moore charging on. Pablo goes to ground. Free kick, Shelbourne. Fouled by Manuel Pablo on Alan Moore.
Yes, I think he went for the ball. To be fair, he got a bit of the ball. 6 of one, half dozen the other. According to the referee, though, it's a foul.
So another interesting position for Shelbourne. Jamie Harris is taking up a position over this near side of the La Coruña penalty area. Rogers is in there as well with Byrne and Fitzpatrick. Alan Moore will take it. Moore putting plenty of air on it. Rogers goes after it, and there was some holding in there. It's a free kick to Deportivo. The player who was fouled was Pandiani.
Yeah, you can see it coming in here. There was a foul. Dave Rogers would have been probably better off leaving it because like they would have had a corner. There was no need to go for it. It was always going to be a foul where they would have had a corner.
Valeron beating Byrne in the air, but unable to find a teammate. Long from Steve Williams. Again, only Fitzpatrick up there, and the flag's come up for offside.
Yeah, there we go again. That, as we're saying, they're happy enough to put pressure on the ball when it's up at the Shels back forward. They seem like, to me, they want it kicked long, and as I said, they seem to have a very, very high line and a well-drilled line.
Cesar. Lots of height on it. Nowhere near Pandiani, though. David Crawley. Rain still bucketing down here at Lansdowne Road. Harris pumping that forward, but again they're just kicking possession away, Shelbourne.
I think, you know, as I said, you have to be. I know it's difficult, I know it's hard, but the fact there's one up front, they have to try and hold on to the ball.
Victor Pandiani. Manuel Pablo. Tandiani. Victor making space for himself. Valeron keeps it alive to Manuel Pablo. Depor working their way up the park, and Manuel Pablo, well, a slip from Crawley. Here's the cross. Here he gets to it. Important clearance for Shels. Wes Hoolahan showing great skill. Alan Moore. Again, they have to work hard to get players forward, and Mauro Silva, the 36-year-old Brazilian, working the hardest of all. There's a card. Owen Heary. That's a player booked, and
I think that's his...
it's been coming.
Yeah, I think it's his third foul on the trot. You know, to be fair, there was a foul. Tricky, clever player, Luke Hay, and to be fair to Owen, it's probably a little bit too tight there. You know, yellow card too, he can't make another one. He's got to be very, very careful. I think, too, as I was saying, you see the likes of Wesley getting on the ball there, and they're trying to create something better off, if they can, say, try and get him on it and try and build up.
Well, the Depor players are not happy with the pressure in the football. There's the challenge again. Here he had 2 goes at it. New football. Romero. Luque. Romero. Crunching tackle from Owen Heary. It's gone Shelbourne's way. Jason Byrne hooked forward. Andrade bounces tricky for him. Shelbourne with the throw in.
Yeah, I think though that if they are going to go long sometimes, if it does beat the back 4, as long as that happens, at least it gets you up the pitch a little bit. Because they're not been under a little bit of pressure there.
Just over the half-hour mark, and still 0-0, which most Shelbourne supporters would have accepted gladly at this stage of the game. Can they get their noses in front? They've got a free kick. Andrade penalised for this.
Yeah, he's a little bit late, all right. I was hoping that he'd kick him again after it, like he sent off in the last season's Champions League.
Easy now. Jason Byrne will take it for Shels. Fitzpatrick in there. Harris too. Mauro Silva. Alan Moore, that came back at him very quickly. Romero wins the race, and it's a throw into Deportivo.
A little bit of ricochet, it's a good ball. Mauro Silva heads it out. Look at Alan Moore tries to control, ricochets off Jason, or Stewie Byrne comes back to him. Unlucky.
Depor have had to be happy with pre-match friendlies they build up to the start of the new Primera Liga season. Been banging in the goals, beat a Mexican side, Veracruz, 5-1 the other day. And again, they're still not happy with the match ball. Owen Heary wants it changed. Stuart Byrne. Fitzpatrick is offside.
Yeah, well, that's, you know, as I said, he's a young player, and these are a well-drilled side. You know, you're not playing against your average team here. You can see it, they've good organisation, and, you know, it's probably just, he's just got to be careful on the offside because it just lets them out too easy.
Well, 5 times Shelbourne have been caught offside so far in this game, and here come Deportivo with Sergio given away. Jason Byrne finding the greasy surface difficult. Luque sliding in. Romero, Sergio. Tandiani is the furthest forward, but Sergio wasn't too clever in that situation either. Mauro Silva. Tandiani offside. He was expecting that flag.
He was. He just worked hard out there to get over there and force Steve Williams into playing long, because he made a good 20-25 yard run.
Jamie Harris, Fitzpatrick, Hoolahan. Mauro Silva beaten by Wes Hoolahan. Now Fitzpatrick, can he get in behind Romero? Well, Romero, that was a risky pass. It's gone out for a corner. Don't think he spotted Alan Moore. He was looking for his goalkeeper, Molina. Shels of a corner.
Certainly was a great again. I said Wesley threading the ball through. I don't know what the fullback is thinking here, Dara. You might think he's in a five-a-side trying to do this, you know.
Can Shelbourne punish them and take the lead in this Champions League qualifier? It's Alan Moore who'll take it. Rodgers and Harris both over the far side of the penalty area. It's towards Jamie Harris. Andrade clears it away. Ollie Cahill now. David Crawley. Alan Moore winning that in the air. Jason Byrne, he can certainly smack them. Andrade's clearance, it's an awful one, but away from the goal. Jason Byrne and Manuel Pablo. That's a throw-in to Shelbourne.
Again, the ball comes in there. A good header there by Alan Moore. Jason Byrne gets onto it, but again, they cleared.
Well, that's broken down. It was a good little spell of pressure for Shelbourne, but Depor moving it forward. It's a good ball to pick out Romero. Jason Byrne sprinting across from the other side to close down Luque, and Romero continues his run forward. Pandiani's in there at Jason Byrne. That's really good work. He was involved in the breakdown of the move over on the far side and tracked all the way back. Valera. Luque is trying to get free. Valera gets his cross in. David Crawley clears it away. Sergio. Manuel Pablo is there in support. Sergio going one way, then the other. Ollie Cahill coming back at him strongly, and that's a goal kick.
He's done well there, Ollie Cahill, Dara. You know, he's great. He makes those runs back as well as forward. He's not just an attacker, and he did do well because, to be fair, he was caught there a little bit. He was turned too easily, both him and David Crawley that time, but he done well to recover.
10 minutes to half-time. Wes Hoolahan. Harris. Mauro Silva's header. Valeron. And Valeron has been hurt and he's gone down injured. Andrade spotted it. Well, they're going to put the ball into play.
I think he saw they had possession, so he decided to get up there.
Alan Moore, Ollie Cahill. Depor with some defending to do now. 3 around Ollie Cahill, and that's another foul. And it's Victor, I think, this time, who brought him down.
Yeah, he's done well, Ollie Cahill there. He's made a great break. There's 3 around him. To be fair, though, somebody's got to get in the box along with Glenn Fitzpatrick there, because he's still in there in his own. There's nobody. I know it's tough, but they've got to try and get into the box when they get up there.
Making lots and lots of noise here at Lansdowne Road. They desperately want a lead goal for Shelbourne. Alan Moore again will take it. Byrne has walked away. Rodgers is in there. Jamie Harris too. The referee.
It's offside there.
Spots an offside, yeah.
I think it's a waste of a free kick in a good position, you know, and I think for somebody to be cut offside there, you know, it's poor. He's got to be looking across the line there.
Here it is.
You can see it's offside. Jamie Harris there, just a little bit lazy maybe, and having a look across there. Shouldn't be cut offside, because, as I said, it's a dangerous position to be in.
Well, Shels making some elementary errors here, but it's still 0-0 as we head towards half-time. Harris. Here he takes it away from Luque. Fitzpatrick heading it to no one. Only Cesar of La Coruña. Sergio. Manuel Pablo. Sergio. Pandiani. Not getting too much joy out of Jamie Harris. Here he belts it forward. Fitzpatrick chasing it down, but Andrade wins it. Mauro Silva. Foul by Wes Hoolahan.
I'm not too sure there, to be fair. You know, I looked a little bit iffy, I thought there.
Valeron.
What a player, Mauro Silva, 36 there, and to be fair to him, getting around there and all the important blocks and tackles, and play a bit as well.
You most certainly can. So okay, this guy, Wes Houlihan. Alan Byrne wants it, or Alan Moore, I should say, wants it played forward. Is Fitzpatrick, just couldn't find Moore. They got him into the penalty area. Still danger in this situation. Moore was going in there. Andrade somehow managed to hook that away. Byrne's cross. David Crawley. Molina taking it quite easily. Crawley trying from distance, but good pressure from Shelbourne. I don't know how Andrade managed to clear it.
Unbelievable, Derek. Again, Wesley Houlihan threading a great ball through.
Luque. Tandiani is the furthest forward. Now Byrne is back there helping out Heary. Luque, that's still in play. And Heary and Byrne combining well.
Some clearance there, they done very, because Alan Moore was coming in there.
Well, we'll have a look at that again. Here it is, Paul.
It's a great ball in. Oh, this is a shot from David Crawley. Yeah.
Stuart Byrne. For once, not too near Valera. Byrne. Crawley.
To be fair, that they're trying to build up there, Dara, you know. Here it is, great ball in, and Alan Moore's getting into it. What a clearance. David Crawley follows up too, was unlucky. Didn't really catch the ball well.
Now I think actually La Coruña are going to change their goalkeeper. Manua, who's the sub-keeper, is tugged off and ready to come in. So Molina, their first choice keeper, clearly has a problem. Maybe that challenge from earlier on involving Alan Moore. So that a blow to Deportivo. Next time the ball goes dead, they will make that change. It's actually not a bad change to be able to make. He's a Uruguayan international, the Portuguese international, Andrade, taking no chances with the clearance. Here is the change now. So Molina going off.
Possibly from that clash there, earlier on with Alan Moore. Maybe that's why Andrade didn't go back past there. He's probably not comfortable.
So it's Gustavo Munua, wearing number 13, who gets his chances. Second season at Deportivo La Coruña. Really doesn't get too many opportunities off the bench, but an experienced international class player. We'll see how he performs on this difficult night at Lansdowne Road. Shelbourne 0, Depor 0. As we head to half-time, Mauro Silva, Wes Houlihan. And Houlihan just running out of space.
Happy enough there, it seems like, to throw it away up the line and get themselves out.
Romero at the throw-in. Luque. Tandiani. Fitzpatrick did well to find a Shelbourne player. It was Jason Byrne. Houlihan. Stuart Byrne to Dave Rogers. Rogers not giving Ollie Cowell much of a chance, and Depor with Valera on the rein is getting heavier and heavier. Byrne has been Valera's shadow for most of the evening. Tandiani, Heary took the chance, left Luque, made a very, very important interception. Sergio, Valera. Oh, and Byrne again pulling his shirt. Free kick to Deportivo. Is frustrations, I think, just getting the better of it.
Again, Darragh, I keep saying it, Glenn Fitzpatrick, he's got to hold on to that ball, because if you keep setting up passes for Deportivo, you know, know, you can't just keep giving the ball away or not miscontrolling, to be fair, at this level.
Manuel Tablo. Ollie Cahill blocking it. Alan Moore. Stuart Byrne. Crawley. Jason Byrne's header. Now Fitzpatrick. Laid off to Wes Houlihan. Cahill wants it. And he's got it. Out to Houlihan. 3 ahead of him. Cahill to his left. Cahill wanted that on his favoured left boot, Manuel Tablo, and the move is broken down. It was a promising one for Shelbourne, but they just dwelt on it too long. Victor for La Coruña. Really well done, Jason Byrne. Again, he was ahead of Ollie Cahill, waiting for the ball to come in and made up so much ground. Yeah,
he seems to be fair, since he's gone out on the right and then all the European games, he's done very, very well. Does a great job, as you say, up and down.
Here's Luque. Showed too much of it to Heary. Sergio. Manuel Tablo. Cesar. Last minute of the first half, but Jamie Harris got away with that. Well, Shelbourne and their manager Pat Fenlon will be very pleased, I'd imagine, with the way that this first half has gone. They'd love to be in front. But therefore, when you take a look at the chances they've created, nothing really seriously to test Steve Williams in the Shelbourne goal. Alan Moore taking Sergio out of the game. Valeron.
It's important now, Dara, that they don't concede anything now, just on the stroke of half-time.
There's Valeron, he's got space from Byrne, turns back in at him. Crawley there too. Victor gets the shot away. Straight at Steve Williams.
Yeah, you can see here, as I said, they built up well. It's a good strike there from Victor. But Steve, to be fair to him, has his body behind.
Well, it's on target from La Coruña, but nothing more. 2 additional minutes at the end of the first half. Sergio. Mauro Silva. Glenn Fitzpatrick. Romero. Oh, Alan Moore taking it from a stationary Sergio. Byrne. Houlihan. And Houlihan now has Heary ahead of him. The flag has stayed down. This is a good move from Shelbourne. 2 waiting in the centre. Here's Byrne. Just couldn't make decent contact with it. Jason Byrne. Oh dear. Heary playing it forward. They're offside. Certainly not Byrne, but Byrne. Well, he was in an active position, but not going. He wasn't even contesting it.
So unlucky here. They had a great ball in from Owen Heary. Jason Byrne was so unlucky. I think maybe if Alan Moore coming in on the left side might have been a little bit better bet. But great move, Shels. Seems to have hurt himself, Alan Moore, there in that instant there. He's limping around there. Hopefully he's okay.
Well, he's a player throughout his career at Middlesbrough and Burnley, and indeed with the Republic of Ireland, who has been plagued by injuries. Shels really need him to be fit for the 90-odd minutes here tonight. Luque with the cross. Williams taking it very comfortably. Coming towards the end of the 2 minutes to be added on, and Shels with that opportunity for Jason Byrne. Unfortunate for them that he just couldn't make a decent contact with it. Deportivo with a new goalkeeper in. There's the whistle for half-time, and it's Shelbourne 0, Deportivo La Coruña 0.
Well, Shelbourne are back out on the pitch for the second half of this Champions League third-round qualifier, first leg here at Lansdowne Road. The crowd certainly pretty pleased with that first half performance by Shels. And it's seconds out, round 2 here in the studio. Pat, what has Pat Devlin decided to do, you think, at half-time? What were his options?
Well, you know, Pat Fenlon would have really reinforced to his players how important it is not to concede that away goal. If you go over there, even with a 0-0, you know, it's going to be very, very difficult. I mean, what does he do? Does he stick or does he bust? 0-0 is not a disastrous result. the more he gambles, the more holes that he leaves, the more that Valeron and Luque and Victor can exploit that. I think the goalkeeper coming off could be significant as well, because I think Irureta would like to get Pandiani off. And, you know, they've got Ruben Castro, who they normally bring on to replace him. He's very, very quick. I think he would cause more problems. But the fact they've already had a substitution with the goalkeeper, it might restrict that option. And I think that they'll be very, very satisfied. And if we get to the last 15 minutes with no score, they'll settle for that, and Shels will get a chance and have to take it.
And Taoiseach Bertie Ahern enjoying the spectacle at Lansdowne Road, and just a few moments ago, of course, he saw Pat Fenlon coming back out on pitch. We're getting ready now for the second half. Let's rejoin our commentary team of Paul Doolan and Darren Maloney.
Thank you, Peter. We're just about ready to go for the second half of this third round qualifier, the first leg. Of course, the second leg still to come at that most daunting of arenas, the Riazor Stadium in La Coruña. Depor with a fantastic record at home in this competition, but this is about Shelbourne's home tie, and 0-0 at half-time. Most Shelbourne fans would have grabbed that off you. No changes, we understand, to either side for the second half. There was a concern about Alan Moore's fitness, but Moore back out and ready to give it his all for his club. The referee is happy the signal has come in. And away we go. Shelbourne 0, Deportivo La Coruña 0. First touch of the second half for Jamie Harris. This is Dave Rogers. What price, another wonder goal for him tonight. That's just overhit. Paul Doolan.
Yeah, you're right there. It was a wonder goal against Split, all right. As you say, it's no changes. There was a bit of doubt about Alan Moore, but looks like too there's a lot of players have changed their footwear, to be honest too, with the rain falling.
Valeron's header, Crawley. Tandiani trying to get involved, didn't have a productive first half for Depor. Here he is on the ball now, the Argentinian. Sergio. Well, this is dangerous, it's been played through, a chance, it's put wide by Luque. Well, the flag has gone up for offside, it was very, very late.
It was indeed, it's great play though. Down here, you watch him reverse pass. I'm not so sure about the offside, to be fair, but he missed anyway. Absolutely great ball, good run, and Shels were fortunate enough, there's no offside there.
That was a serious bit of football from La Coruña, setting out their stall for the second half. Away goal would be such an important thing for them to take back to La Coruña.
Yeah, I think anybody that plays away from home in Europe, if you get an away goal, just look at Shels, the 2 goals, and then Reykjavik, the 2 goals in Split.
Oh, there's a mistake by Harris. Pandiani's in here. Owen Heary did so well for Shelbourne. Pandiani's gone down injured. Referee has waved play on. He's not convinced. But again, a little opening there for La Coruña, but Heary was superb.
Absolutely brilliant tackle. Great covering, Darry. You can see it. See a slip from Jamie Harris, but that's the second one. One before that he went to challenge for, he let it under his leg, and that's the second one. But what a tackle. That's probably why he's the best right back here in the Aircon League. Absolutely excellent tackle. Again though, that's twice in the space of maybe a minute they've got through on goal.
Well, Walter Tandiani finished last season in the first team, keeping Diego Tristan out of the side. He's Tristan, a real hero in La Coruña, but Tandiani will finish the stronger and is starting this season as the first choice striker for them. There's Javier Irureta on the left of your picture. 7 seasons in charge of La Coruña. Renews his contract on a yearly basis, or the club do for him. But quite a character, the longest serving manager in Spain. Tandiani, I think, will be okay to continue.
I think he'll be possibly disappointed too, Darragh, because he had Luque just outside him there. Possibly if he had slipped it to him, You know, because Owen Healy had come in, say, to make the tackle. If you had to see it, it's just he's out of picture there, Luke. It would have been stroking into an empty net. What a tackle from Owen Healy.
Long clearance from Rodgers over the head of Fitzpatrick. Not changing that tactic anyway.
You've got to try and get it to Wes Houlihan because he's caused untold damage in the first half, and I think if anyone's going to do anything, it's possibly him.
Harrison, in two minds as to what to do, finally decides. Sergio's header. Ollie Cahill. Clonmel man unable to keep it in play.
In fairness to Pandiani, he chases down lost causes there and forces the goalkeeper, so he doesn't pick anyone out too easily, and to be fair, he's done well.
There is Pandiani. Victor Valeron. Manuel Pablo. Valeron. Stuart Byrne again, his shadow for the evening. Cesar. Valeron. Well, that's a good ball. They found some space here. Sergio striking, well off target, always going wide. Plenty of power in it, but no accuracy.
It was indeed, it just wasn't on target, but that's poor from Alan Moore what he's done just there. Too easily, he's looking at the ball and let the runner go in behind him. That's not good play at all. You'd be expecting a little bit better there from Alan Moore. The experience that he has there, you know.
Depor certainly have started the second half as if they mean business. Everything going against Shels at the moment. Glenn Fitzpatrick penalised that time. Romero. Certainly more physical in their approach. Harris. Jason Byrne. That was for Owen Heary, and it's gone Shelbourne's way. They've got the throw in.
Like at least they're trying to work it out there. Like there's better things happening from that, you know what I mean, rather than just get it up. I know it's difficult and they force you into it, but if Shels can just try and work it out.
Luque. Dispossessed easily. Jamie Harris. Stuart Byrne. Jason Byrne going to ground under a heavy challenge from Romero. Fitzpatrick. Wes Houlihan. Now David Crawley. Houlihan in a tight spot. Pandiani tracking back and forced him to give the ball away. Here come Deportivo. Sergio. Pandiani. Oh, mistake from Pandiani. Houlihan on hand. Now Fitzpatrick again, he's just not able to hold on to it. Enrique Romero, Valero, Fitzpatrick. Now what can he do with it? Finds Stuart Byrne, wants Cahill to come to it. Fitzpatrick, nothing wrong with the challenge according to the Czech referee. It was Cesar who collided with Fitzpatrick. Mauro Silva, Romero. Had Luque over on the far side, but Houlihan takes it away from him. Here's Owen Heary. Offside.
He's offside again there, but to be fair there, he possibly could have been given a little bit earlier on here. You know, but again, Glenn has just got to be careful with the offside because he's just allowing them get possession of the ball, and particularly after Wesley Houlihan doing so well, he robbed him over there on the far side. I think it was Valeroni robbed.
Cesar and Pandiani giving chase. Williams comfortable for him. Houlihan, Byrne. So far, Deportivo not able to build on the very promising start they made to the second half with those couple of opportunities. Rodgers, Houlihan.
That's a good play there, to be fair.
Mistake from Jason Byrne. Valeron of Deportivo bringing Victor into it. He's caught by Crawley. Free kick in a very dangerous position, and Depor of any number of players who can really cause trouble for Williams from this distance.
Yeah, you can see here there was a late challenge from David Crawley, but to be fair, after doing so well building up, I think Jason Byrne played a loose ball. I think Stewie Byrne had come square to him, and he just seemed to play loose. He went back instead of coming inside with it, and as you said, they've got a few players that possibly can strike balls from here, Dara.
Well, they're nearly all around the ball and around the Czech referee. Luque will fancy a crack at it. Romero, the left-back, can also hit these with plenty of power and accuracy. Steve Williams just setting the wall. This, a big moment in this tie. Shelbourne wall being moved back the required distance by the referee.
But the looks of this, Dara, she says, anyone could hit it. There's bodies everywhere. And
favourite at the moment, it appears, just out of shot, is Luque. It is Luque, hits it, Wall did its job. It may have even come off Andrade. This is Romero trying to chip Williams. Just too much air on it. And in the end, no real problems for Shels there.
the wall done its job, and I think when here you go, it's a good strike. As you said, it actually hit his own man, but it doesn't matter in that stage who it hits off. Once someone blocks it in, as you said, Valeron tried to chip him, but it wasn't on.
Fitzpatrick winning that in the air, but nobody ahead of him. Shelbourne are going to make a change shortly. It will be Fitzpatrick who is to go off. Joseph Ndo will be his replacement.
Yeah, they possibly throw Jason Byrne up and put Joseph Ndo then possibly in the middle.
Tandiani, Victor.
To be fair, a good player too to have coming on there. He's a fine player, absolutely excellent signing for Shels.
Well, he's still going through his warm-up routine. Fitzpatrick just unable to get to that punt forward. Now, just to remind you, Bulmers are offering one lucky viewer a chance to win 2 tickets to the Ireland-Cyprus game. The prize includes overnight accommodation in a top Dublin hotel. The number 1515 71 71 81. Select your choice for the Bulmers man of the match. If your choice matches that of the panel, you'll be entered in a draw to win the prize. The entries cost €1. The lines will close before the end of the game.
It's excellent play again from Wesley Houlihan there. Just a drop of the shoulder, and I think he sent Mauro Silva out for the Evening Herald there. Absolutely excellent.
Eamon Collins and Pat Fenlon looking on anxiously. Biggest night in the club's history, playing Deportivo, and 0-0 so far. Can they get in front, or will Deportivo hit them with an away goal? Manuel Pablo unable to keep that in play. David Crawley with the throw, and he spotted Alan Moore, and Moore using his body to get some space. Mauro Silva there, Fitzpatrick trying to stay onside. Moore just dispossessed on the edge of the penalty area. Tandiani, Sergio to Victor, working it well to Tandiani. Sergio, Shels with plenty behind the ball. Romero, Luque, faced by Heary. Luque going wide, and Heary able to get on the end of it. Is that a goal kick? Yes, indeed it is for Owen Heary. doing well. Remember, he's on a yellow card and he can't afford to make a rash challenge between now and the end of the game.
To be fair, he's done very well there because Luke Hay sort of went into the box and you're saying to yourself, oh, take it easy on, don't lunge in there. But Owen's an experienced player, to be fair, and he's done very well there.
Well, the rain has stopped, thankfully, but the surface still extremely greasy. Joseph Ndo will be on very shortly for Shelbourne. Sergio. That's a good ball to pick out Luque. Heary in front of him, first time into Pandiani. Nobody following up behind him. And perhaps we're looking for Victor to get in there and support the front man. Shelbourne able to clear it forward. Cesar claiming he was fouled. Andrade. Romero. Manuel Pablo. Valero. Victor. Ollie Cahill with the challenge, and tricky one for Houlihan. Fitzpatrick just can't get past Mauro Silva.
I think the last incident there, when Luke Hay whipped the great ball in there, there's only Pandiani, and they don't look like that they want to commit too many people forward into the box. It's a great ball into the box though.
Valero, Byrne got a foot in. Pandiani not on the same wavelength as Valero at that moment in time. Crawley. Rogers. Oh, Rogers almost losing out to Victor. And now Fitzpatrick chasing it down. Andrade clearing it, but straight to Moore. Now Fitzpatrick. They've nobody in the penalty area at the moment, Shelbourne, but they've got a good field position with Cesar forced to put it out for the throw-in. But Fitzpatrick really having to work so hard his evening. About to end now, though. Hasn't had a huge amount of success up front, and we'll see with Joseph Ndo coming on how they will reorganise, as Paul was saying. We reckon that Jason Byrne will go into the lone striker's role, and this guy really a very, very good replacement to be able to bring in. Former Cameroon international on the bench when Ireland played Cameroon in the World Cup 2 years ago. Started the season at St. Pat's, but now very much a Shelbourne man, wearing 18.
Very good player there, absolutely. I think the first time I seen him was up in United Park. He played for Pats, and he certainly has a bit of something about it. 30 international caps. Very strong player.
Well, certainly is. Ollie Cahill forced into the mistake. Mauro Silva. Jamie Harris. Forward by Rogers. Byrne, indeed, as you can see, is on his own up front. Mauro Silva, crunched by Moore and Ndo. Jamie Harris, chance for him to surge forward, taking on Mauro Silva. Really good challenge. Here comes Luque. 3 forward for Deport. Shels with plenty of defenders back. One of them Rogers, and there's Ndo slotting in at right back as Heary had gone in to help out the centre half.
Misunderstanding there the last time between Jamie Harris and Joseph Ndo. I think Jamie Harris was looking for him to go in behind, and he got robbed, and Jamie Harris is out of position then, you know. Got to be careful.
Now Romero, as you can see, down injured, and Pandiani, Andrade and Mauro Silva, the Deport captain, all protesting very strongly to the Czech referee.
I think they're claiming that possibly might have been an elbow here, or... Yeah, to be fair, I think that's Jamie Harris, a silly thing to do right in front of the linesman. He has to be careful.
Well, the assistant referee couldn't have had a clearer view, and well, Jamie Harris lucky to still be on the park, and Pandiani, well, that brings one of the biggest cheers of the night from the supporters here at Lansdowne. Pandiani just losing the rag, and you can understand to an extent why he is upset. He would have seen the incident clearly, as the assistant referee should have, so That's a big let-off for Jamie Harris. And for Shelbourne.
Also too, Darrell, I think it just kills that little bit of pressure that they had as well, you know, keeps the game, it's dead now. Hopefully that Shels can get back going again themselves.
That's a massive let-off for Harris and his club. At this level, those sort of indiscretions are normally severely punished, but for some reason the assistant referee didn't see it. Shels still have 11 on the park. Stuart Byrne, dispossessed in a crucial area. Here's Luque. Again, it was Owen Heary who got the challenge in. Mauro Silva. Valera brings Romero in. Joseph Ndo ahead of him. And Romero's still going. Gets his cross in. Here's a chance. Headed wide. That was Victor. Couldn't get it on target, but Romero doing so well.
Yeah, he turned Joseph Ndo too easy there. And a great ball to the back post. To be fair to David Crawley, he just done enough just not to give him the free header, and that's all you can ask your defenders doing. It's a great ball in. He just did enough. That came from the Shelbourne throw-in, you know, deep in their own half.
But still, it remains 0-0. Jason Byrne heading it on, looking for Cahill. Manuel Pablo clears. Rogers getting the better of Pandiani. Here comes Sergio. Options to his left, it's Luque. And again, it's too close to Owen Heary, who's playing a super game for Shelbourne on the biggest stage of all. Alan Moore. Now Byrne, just couldn't get to that. Cleared by Manuel Pablo Houlihan. Sergio Valera. Romero. Charging forward, the crowd are booing him. Stuart Byrne. Houlihan. Crawley. Ollie Cahill. He will cause problems, and he's got away from Manuel Pablo. Two ahead of him. Cahill. Oh! They're looking for a corner, Shelbourne. Jason Byrne was following in after that, but for once they had a couple of players forward.
Yeah. See here, Ollie Cahill does mark well, but the build-up was quite good from Shels into Wesley Houlihan out to the left, and I think the goalkeeper always knew it was going wide, but that's what you're talking about there, trying to build up and, you know, better than just playing up forward, long balls.
Now Deportivo La Coruña making a change. They're taking Sergio off, the player who was booked in the first half, and his normal replacement in La Liga is the Argentinian Aldo Ducher, player you might remember before the last World Cup broke David Beckham's metatarsal. What was that? So Ducher very much an enforcer in midfield, as David Beckham will know. He replaces Sergio, confirmation of that. Andrade for La Coruña.
Yeah, they're possibly happy enough to maybe, you know, throw him on there, as you say, to reinforce the middle. You know.
Wes Houlihan. Stuart Byrne. Manuel Pablo. Straight up in the air. He's going after it again. Ollie Cahill is there. Jason Byrne. To Crawley. And now Houlihan. He could be the key, but just as I say it, Ducher takes it from him. Valera. Ducher once more. And that was Alan Moore sliding in on him. Moore has been penalised for that challenge.
Well, do him no harm. He dishes it out himself a bit there, you know. You can see, just as he's about to lay it off, he has come in a little bit late, but obviously his metatarsal is all right.
Manuel Pablo. Valera. Luque. Pandiani trying to get turned. Harris is close to him. Good work from Wes Houlihan. And he's just ruined it all. Pandiani to Romero. Again, the boos against Romero continue. A little bit harsh on him. He was slapped in the face. Ducher. Jamie Harris to Joseph Ndo. Moore, only Jason Byrne up with him. Cahallan and Doe were slow to move forward. Mauro Silva.
Marvellous play though there, you think 36, you know, no problems there. Great burst of pace there from...
Mistake there by Victor. Would have stayed in play on the old pitch size here at Lansdowne Road, narrowed specially to suit Shelbourne Football Club in the first leg of this third qualifying round. Crawley's throwing. Hula. Andrade's header. Hula. Joseph and Doe. Again, Mauro Silva. What a mistake by Mauro Silva. Here's Houlihan, and Doe moves ahead of him. Now Jason Byrne and Moore and Cal are waiting for the cross. They've been waiting a while for a decent cross from Doe, normally pretty reliable from those situations. Made Alan Moore's second goal against Hajduk Split. Just off target with that one.
Yeah, it was a good position to be in. Final ball wasn't great there, you know. I think possibly disappointed with himself, as he said. He done so well for the goal against Split last week. Come on. I think to be fair too, Shels and Shelbourne's gone up front too. They seem to have that little bit more, what do you call it, presence about them up there, I think.
Well, Depor ahead in terms of attempts on goal, but I don't know what Luque was trying there against Steve Williams. And here we are, 20 minutes from the end of this match at Lansdowne Road in front of 24,000 people. And, well, a few years ago, 0-0 against Deportivo for any Aircom League team. You would have been absolutely delighted with it at this stage. But a measure of the expectations, I suppose the hype as well around this tie, of what we expect now from Shelbourne. 0-0. If you were offered it, or if Pat Fenlon was offered it an hour before the game, he would have accepted it gratefully. Of what could be on for them. Alan Moore trying to get in. Cesar clears for Deportivo. Jamie Harris now. Joseph and Doe.
I'm not sure that if there has been, from either team, there hasn't been one clear-cut chance, and certainly Shels will be delighted with that, to restrict them to no clear-cut chance on goal, really.
Well, Pablo been put under pressure by Ollie Cahill. Pablo pushed over, according to the Czech referee. Here it is again.
Yeah, you see him chasing it. To be fair, I might have given him a little nudge. Possibly could have let him have it, because, you know, it's easy out now.
Ollie Cahill has caused the Depor right back some problems in the last 10 minutes or so. A player who has attracted recent interest from Real Madrid and Inter Milan. Stuart Byrne, Romero, Valeron. Clearance from Harris. Jason Byrne holding it up well. Joseph and Doe. Alan Moore is the furthest forward now. And Mauro Silva beaten by Joseph and Doe. George Andrade not beaten by his cross, but, well, he was a little unlucky there.
Hey, you see the difference there, that Jason Byrne holding that up there. You can build up and, you know, brings people into the game. And where I felt in the first half, maybe young Glenn, you know, just didn't hold it up enough.
Mauro Silva. Romero.
I think it seems like now that they're probably happy enough to see it out there at this stage.
Alan Moore getting in tight on Andrade. It's fallen kindly for them. Romero. Valeron. Byrne behind him. That's a free kick to Shelbourne. Oh, and here he thought about taking it quickly. This was the challenge. Valleron's right foot doing the damage against Stuart Byrne. And Now the assistant referee's flag went up. And impeding Romero as he attempted to challenge for the ball.
Gone a little bit dead now at the moment there, you know. Maybe if Shels can just get something going there, get the crowd going again.
Well, it was around this time, maybe a little bit later in the game last week at Tulka when they took the lead against Hajduk Split. Goal now for them would be something else. Andrade. Romero. Luque, Valleron, Byrne managing to again cause problems for the Spanish international. Mauro Silva, Dusha. Rogers coping with that very easily. Punted forward by Harris, but it's a waste of possession for Jamie Harris. Huge challenge for Shels here tonight, an even bigger one going to the Ria Thor. Deportivo, they had a fantastic home record until they were beaten in the second leg of last season's semi-final by the eventual winners, Porto. They'd gone 9 games in the Champions League without a defeat, had only ever conceded 1 goal in those 10 matches, so they have a great record at home. For all that, they are not in front here. This is Luque who was fouled.
Fair, that's a bit harsh. Maybe the fact it's come through between two of them, a little bit sandwiched that way, but...
Owen Hearing.
Hearing's been excellent tonight, to be fair to him, Dara, you know, he's always been there, fighting blocks and interceptions and, you know, excellent.
Harris. Alan Moore taken away from him by Mauro Silva. Joseph Ando. Oh, nicely done over the head of Mauro Silva. Romero in front, Mauro Silva coming back at him. Ando gets his cross in, but it's way too close to Manua. The replacement goalkeeper for Deportivo. Shelbourne haven't so far managed to really test since he came on just before half-time for the injured Molina. Ollie Cahill.
It looked like that they pushed the 3 of them on, Joseph Endo and Alan Moore as well. He looks like that they pushed on, maybe just because he's kicking long, but maybe the fact Jason Bourne is up there, they're hoping that they might get a touch on.
Now here's Ollie Cahill, he's got away from Cesar. Byrne and Alan Moore both in there. Andrade, another clearance from him. Straight though to Houlihan. Byrne with the header. Good stop by Munua in the Deportivo goal. Really good chance for Shelbourne.
It's a great ball in from Wesley Houlihan. Alan Moore just glances the header here. It's a great save from the goalkeeper. Absolutely great save. You see it coming in there. Great glance and header from Alan Moore. He seems to have whatever it is about the European games. He just wants to get on the score sheet. It's heading in as well.
Stuart Byrne will take the corner. Again, they brought Rogers and Harris forward. Can Shelbourne take the lead against La Coruña? Byrne was just about ready to pull the trigger. It was taken away from him by Dusha.
Shows that though, they're happy enough as it is because they've put everybody behind the ball. Anytime Shels have got a corner, they've a whole 10 men in the box.
But certainly over the course of the game, they have certainly respected Shelbourne. Ureta made some very complimentary comments, talked them up in the build-up to this game. That's a goal kick, by the way, and Doe last to touch it. But a side who have beaten the likes of Milan, Juventus, Manchester United, Galatasaray in recent seasons. are quite happy with a 0-0 at the minute. This was the opportunity, and it was Alan Moore again. And Deportivo making a switch. Jason Byrne just taking on some much-needed fluids. Pedro Munitis, another Spanish international, is coming in. Luque is the player he's replacing.
I think going here to be happy to see him heading off. Luque, he's caused him a few problems earlier on, but to be fair to Owen, he stuck at his job.
Harris has certainly stuck at his, winning that in the air, and done. Just over 10 minutes to go at Lansdowne Road. Shels 0, Deportivo 0. Shels with some defending to do now. Valero, Romero. That's given away. Cleared by Steve Williams. Free kick to Shelbourne. Alan Moore, the player who was fouled by Mauro Silva. Here's the challenge.
Yeah, I think it was. You can see the hand going onto his shoulder there. It certainly was a foul, no doubt in the world.
Well, what can they come up with from this position? The slow hand clap goes up around Lansdowne Road. Stuart Byrne pumps it forward. Harris has gone up there after it. Unable to get to it, it's a goal kick.
I think it's an easy ball to defend there, you know, for players like this. Maybe might be better off maybe changing the angle and getting something different on it, because it's just a straight ball. It's too easy to defend against.
Deportivo, as you can see, quite happy just to hang on to it. Now they look for Pandiani. They've found him. Duscher, bang with Alan Moore, and that's gone against Alan Moore. Duscher down injured. Alan Moore is okay.
Yeah, it's just a clash here again. Didn't see much. It didn't seem like a foul. Two of them just like that, they clashed. There, now he picked out a free.
You didn't see it there, was out a shot, but I wonder, is that the referee seemed to signal to the physio for a stretcher.
Yeah, well, there it is again. It looks like maybe just a clash. That's it.
And the stretcher is coming in for Aldo Duscher.
I think it's more precautionary these days that they send the stretcher on there, I think. This is where they got to make sure that they're tight now, Shels. They give nothing away. They've been excellent. You know, as I said, I think they've restricted them to not one clear-cut chance on goal, and you know they've got to keep right now and keep tight and see it out themselves. And I mean, a 0-0 to restrict Deportivo, that it's no mean feat, to be fair.
Well, it certainly is not. Side who've been in the top 3 of their league in each of the last 5 seasons. They were champions in 2000, and they've been consistent performers in the Champions League. Had to qualify last year against Rosenborg. And certainly they have not had it all their own way against the Aircom League champions from last season, Shelbourne. 0-0 in a game of this importance for Shelbourne. Well, you know just what a big result that would be. But a long way to go for Shelbourne, and they, at the very least, have to avoid conceding a goal. Duscher, that's where you heard the ironic cheer from the crowd, is back onto his feet. He's ready to come in and bring Depor up to the full complement. Byrne is offside.
Side of back four are very, very good. You know, they're well drilled, and mean, they've cut so many players offside. Very, very good.
Munua, who made that very good save from Alan Moore just a few minutes ago. Munitis, the replacement. Pandiani to Victor. Crucial stage of the game. Shels can't afford any mistakes now. Munitis got ahead to it. Well claimed. Houlihan. Byrne, and Houlihan again. And Doe available over on the far side. 3 to Houlihan's left. That's Ollie Cahill. Oh dear, just took his eye off it. Cahill after some very fine work from Wes Houlihan.
It's excellent play again. It's very, very good from Wesley Houlihan. Absolutely, drops that shoulder.
Ollie Cahill. Crawley. Heading into the final 5 minutes of what's already been a super night for the league and for Shelbourne. Now Ollie Cahill trying to get in behind Manuel Pablo. Pablo putting it out of play. Wes Houlihan. Joseph and Doe coming in off the right wing. Mauro Silva and Doe, and it's come through to Alan Moore. Can Shels get their noses in front? Well, not with Cesar in that sort of mood. Very congested area, and Moore couldn't pick a way through. Munitis is a really pacey player, but Owen Heary up to him, and Heary's had a super game for his side tonight. And Doe keeping it in. Heary again. Just over 4 minutes left for play here at Lansdowne. Dusha. And again, you can see Deport just happy to hang on to it. Now they'll try and get that, what would be a crucial away goal. Romero, Munitis, Dusha. He's recovered well, hasn't he? Romero. Dusha. Tandiani again is the lone striker in the area. Munitis, the marking not good here, he's got the shot away. Williams convinced it was always going wide, had his angles right, didn't bother going near it in the end.
No, you can see here, it's good play from them. They built up well on the ball inside, but the shot was well off target in the end. I think Steve Williams had it covered. Here you go again, he just cuts inside there. Alan Moore does well to not tackle in case he gives away a penalty, but I think it was always going wide.
Shels don't need reminding about the quality within this side, the Deportivo side, but we haven't seen a huge amount of it here tonight. Ollie Cahill furious that that's gone against him. Dusha last to touch that, it appeared, but yeah, the assistant referee has been overruled by the referee, who's reversed the decision, and it's a Shelbourne throw-in correctly. Whoops. Jason Burns header. Tandiani making a wild lunge at that. Houlihan handled it. Well, the crowd here that have made some great noise, being thanked over the PA system for their part in this occasion. Just over 2 minutes to go. Munua clearing. Harris. Dusha. That was Romero. Tandiani. Dispossessed by Wes Houlihan. Romero winning it back. Andrade. Harris Didn't want to wait for Steve Williams.
One of those balls that, just dropped over the top. Steve's coming out, and Jamie Harris, you say, didn't want to wait.
And that's a Shelbourne ball. Valera. Pretty well marshalled by Stuart Byrne here tonight. Pumped forward by Jamie Harris. Romero. Shelbourne throw in. We're into the last minute. Can they get a goal to take a lead to Galicia for the return leg?
Well, they scored late on in all the other games, Dara, so hopefully they might get another one.
And what can they come up with from here? And Doe will take the Shelbourne throw in. 4 players committed forward. Depor with plenty back. Mauro Silva doesn't normally last the full 90 in big European games. Oh, and here he's been injured in all of that. Oh, he's back to his feet. Paris. Here he closed down Romero, Stuart Byrne, Mauro Silva and Romero. Now Houlihan. Aldo Duscher managed to get a foot in there. Valeron. 3 minutes of additional time. We're playing the first of those now. Now Moore has got ahead of Jason Byrne. Mauro Silva.
I said if he had got a flick on there, Mauro Silva looks like he's struggling because Alan Moore ran by him and he just couldn't get back.
Houlihan taken from him. Here's Romero for La Coruña. Sloppy Stuart Byrne to Jason Byrne. Houlihan. Depor able to crowd him out. That's a free kick to Shelbourne. They'll be able to commit players forward. Will this be the moment for them to get that lead goal? This was the challenge.
Yeah, he sandwiched in between two there, to be fair. There was a foul. Hopefully he can deliver a good ball in there and maybe get something from it.
Well, they've left Keary and Crawley, the 2 fullbacks, back inside their own half. Houlihan will take it. Rogers is up there. Harris again on the back post. Houlihan with the free kick in towards Rogers, headed by Pandiani. Depor able to cope with that. Victor. And the challenge from Ollie Cahill will get a card for the winger.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit late here, Ollie. The ball has just gone, and to be fair, although looking at it there, he didn't seem like he caught him. A little bit of play acting, I think, too.
Well, they're quite happy, Deportivo, to be taking this scoreline back to the Riazor for the second leg. Not a huge amount wrong with Victor. Cahill got a yellow card for it. The last minute. Munawar with the free kick. Pandiani beaten in the air by Rogers. Houlihan. David Crawley with the clearance. Cesar. Shelbourne edging closer and closer to what would be one of the most famous of all scoreless draws against one of the giants of European football, a side who performed consistently and very, very well in the Champions League. Last season's beaten semi-finalists. They beat the then holders AC Milan on the way to that semi-final, and Porto beat them by a single goal. But can Shelbourne get a goal to take with them? They've got a throw in, Paul.
Yeah, that could be the last chance of the game. Just as we speak, he blows up. But what a great performance.
And there is the full-time whistle. No more action here at Lansdowne Road. A capacity crowd have seen Shelbourne of the Aircom League hold Deportivo La Coruña to a 0-0 draw. There could have been so much more for Shelbourne. but this is a result they would have gratefully accepted before the game. Sure, they had designs to win it, but it's a big step up in class, and Shelbourne, they've a mountain to climb in a couple of weeks' time, but a very healthy situation for them and a famous result. Shels 0, Deportivo La Coruña 0 is how it's finished here at Lansdowne.